You've brainstormed, you've gathered evidence, you've outlined. Now it's time to write. So what do? Be in a quiet space free from distractions. Be sure to have your outline in front of you. Many students take this approach to writing. Don't do it. It's bad. If you don't have a plan or an outline, please, for your teacher's sake, don't write. Put together a plan first so you can actually reach your full potential in the paper. Now, based on your outline, start to write your paper. Don't rush, and if you get stuck, move on. Come back to that part later. For example, many students have a hard time writing an introduction. If that's you, go back and do it at the end. Also, know that every writer has blocks, so it's not a big deal if you get stuck. Also, this is a first draft, so you don't need to worry about perfect grammar. Be more preoccupied with the flow of ideas and your argument. Here's another tip. Don't take breaks in the middle of paragraphs. You might lose your flow or train of thought, which might muddy your argument. For shorter papers, I'd even recommend writing it all in one sitting to keep your argument cohesive. While you're writing, be sure to keep transition words in mind to keep your paper flowing smoothly. You can add these in during the editing phase, but it doesn't hurt to have them in your first draft. Once you've finished writing your paper, be sure to go back and fill in the gaps from where you got stuck. Now you're done! Just kidding. It's called a first draft for a reason. You still have to revise and go over it for a second, third, maybe even a fourth draft. Leave your draft alone for a few hours before you go back to edit and revise. I like to leave at least a night's sleep between the first draft and revision. Then, you're ready to get revising for draft 2. So once again, here are your tips for writing a successful first draft. 1. Be in a quiet space free from distractions. 2. Be sure you have an outline to work from. 3. If you get stuck, move on and come back to that part later. 4. This is just a first draft, so worry about ideas over grammar. 5. Don't take breaks in the middle of paragraphs. It'll interrupt the flow of your ideas. And for short papers, even consider writing the whole thing in one setting. Keep transition words in your mind as you write to keep your paper flowing smoothly. Go back to fill in gaps. Remember, leave a few hours, preferably a night's sleep, between the first draft and the second.